So the Fever need to win today. They need to win. No ifs, ands, or what's about it, with the narratives, with everything. Some valid, some not. Some of the, the way the fans are kind of in this weird state of uproar and not uproar and weird social media crap for the sake of, selling tickets. A lot of other things. It is one of these things where the Fever just have to win, and they have to win emphatically. Whether that be in a unbelievable game or whether they just beat the brakes off Portland, they need to win. Because the Portland Fire are genuinely terrible. They are terrible, but they play real hard. This is a team that plays their asses off. Every single player on this team knows that if this doesn't work out, they could be out of the league. They all know that there's a chance that they could be out of the league if this whole thing doesn't work out. And yeah, it is not the most ideal situation for the Fever playing against a team that's as hungry as this Portland Fire team are. But I'm expecting, if Carla Late plays, this game changes. This game really changes. Carla Late being a game time decision. The Indiana Fever are fully healthy. Carla Late, nobody on the Fever can guard Carla Late. They just can't. I'm telling you this, nobody on the Indiana Fever has any ability to guard Carla Late. And that's fine and all. It's fine. But it also has to be, mentioned that no one on the Indiana Fever has any chance of guarding her. If she doesn't play, I don't know where the Indiana Fever or where the Portland Fire have the the firepower to win this game. But if you're looking here, the Fire have a bad defense and a pretty mediocre offense. They lost to, again, the Shuttle to Liberty by 20. They lost to Sparks. That was preseason. They lost to Sky comfortably enough. And the Fever, obviously, have only beat bad teams. And the Fever at least have to do that. The Fever have lost 2 games they should have won. But if you're looking anyway, when it comes down to it for the Indiana Fever, if you want to look at the matchups here, so you're looking at Aaliyah Boston versus Louisa Geiser-Suter. Aaliyah should destroy that matchup. And thank God Aaliyah's playing, because Meg Gustafson, I think, would eat them alive. So the Portland Fire, if I'm not mistaken, are probably going to start. I just want to check the game log. They're probably going to start Shug Sutton. They'll probably start this 5 if Carla Late's hurt. So it's going to be Shug Sutton on Caitlin Clark. That is not only a matchup where... That's a matchup where Caitlin Clark can take. However, maybe Caitlin Clark comes on to Emily Engstler. Maybe that's the matchup. Because maybe Kelsey Mitchell goes on to Shug Sutton. Puak versus... If I'm Mo Billings, I'm not worried about Puak. Not really worried about Puak at all. Carlton. Caitlin might guard Carlton. Caitlin might guard Engstler. They're bigger than you think. They are bigger. Emily Engstler's playing Bridget Carlton's a 6'1" 2 guard. Or 6'2" 2 guard. Who's relatively mobile. Emily Engstler is a 6'1" big 3. Kind of a 3-4 hybrid. And Puak is 6'3", 4, 3. And then Kaiser is a 6'4" center. If you look at the bench, these are not good bench players. Holly Winterburn played her first WNBA game last week. Or their last game. Haley Jones, she looked good against Fever last year, but she's not good. Sarah Ashley Barker averaging 10 points per game is crazy. That is a crazy one, because I'm looking at it, I'm how the hell is a player that looked this bad? But to be fair, she plays hard. She plays really hard. And that probably is a big reason why why Portland don't want her or didn't want her last year. Not Portland, geez, sorry, LA need the LA need a whole bunch of players that, other than not named Kelsey Plum, they want a whole bunch of players that don't play hard. But yeah, on the year shooting 60% from three. Like Sarah Ashley Barker might end up being the MIP considering how bad she was last year. Like, she very well might be the MIP. That being said, like, there's surely no way. There's surely no way the Fever lose this game. Like, this team needed a buzzer beater to beat the who hit the buzzer beater actually? Or was it free throws? Because I know Sarah Ashley Barker hit a shot to go ahead, and HVL hit a shot. Did they miss a half-court shot or something to win? I watched the end of this game. Cannot remember exactly how it ended. Okay, so it ended in... Oh, yes, sorry. So, they went up. Shu Sutton made an open layup for the lead. HVL tied it after Sarah Ashley Barker got an and one for a 4-point lead. HVL scored. And then Carlton hit her free throws and Ledger Walker hit the three. They missed the full court, didn't they? Yeah, they just heaved for game. But this is a really bad Connecticut Sun team. And I want to just look at the way the odds are. Because again, Vegas has been really wrong for Fever games. But the Fever are massively favourites here. They are monstrously favourites. It's not even funny. They are monstrously favourites. Like, based on what Vegas expects, I couldn't care less about the first basket. Like, they expect the Indiana Fever realistically to have around 96 points in this game, which is kind of mental. But also for the Indiana Fever. But yeah, they are expecting them to have around 95 to 96 points, which is mental. Caitlin Clark has hit more than 2.5 3-pointers in 10 of her last 11 games. Oh, sorry. She hasn't hit more than 2 3-pointers in 10 of her last 11 games. Really? Caitlin's shooting's been that bad. I did not realize that. That is a crazy one. That is actually a crazy one. But if you're looking at the matchup here, ironically, the Indiana Fever shoots a better percentage. The Portland Fire are the 7th best offensive team field goal percentage. Indiana Fever are 10th best defensive team in effective field goal percentage. Fever have a slightly better effective field goal percentage. Fever turning over more. Fever rebound offensively more. The Fire get to the line more. Fever slightly higher field goal percentage. Worse percentage from 3, better from 2. So, like, if we're being real, based on advanced stats, and especially when you look at strength of schedule, the Fire have had a much tougher strength of schedule. Like, they've been near equal so far this year. They have been near equal. Both of these teams have been near equal. So you're just kind of like hoping that like the Indiana Fever just finally put it together. You're just kind of hoping that they finally just realize we are supposed to be contenders. Let's play like it. And look, it's early days. And we also have to take into account that if we remember last year, the Vegas Aces, who won the championship and ended up with 30 wins in the regular season, were 14-14 through 28. They won 16 games in a row at the end of the season. Like, don't think that can be replicated. But, like, I think the Indiana Fever at one stage, like, they were a game winner away from going 18-19 and potentially missing the playoffs last year and nearly made the finals. So, like, it can happen. It's all about peaking at the right time and things getting better game by game by game. But I don't think like I don't think the Indiana Fever looked better or worse than any games. I think they've had spells where they've looked better, but I think over the course of 40 minutes they haven't looked good in a single game. They looked really good at spells against like against Washington. They looked really good in spells against Seattle. They looked good in spells against Dallas. They looked really good in spells against LA. And they look really, 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 really bad in spells as well. So, look, you're looking at a team that's consistently, and the only thing consistent about the Indiana Fever is that they have been inconsistent. Like, they can't seem to put 40 minutes together. And that's an issue. Like, that is an issue. Not being able to put 40 minutes together is a big issue. And it's something that the Indiana Fever struggle with for a bit. But anyway, that's the video. I'll see you guys.